Good afternoon, student. Today I am going to start new chapter of physics, chapter number 4, that is work, power and energy. So in the beginning of the chapter, I am going to explain the term work. All of you are introduced with the term work. In general, any physical or mental activity is known as work. For example, if we run in the field, if we start to dance, if we play, if we walk, these are the physical activity done by me. This is the general definition. But if you want to solve few numerical questions, you remember some answer of the questions, you solve mathematical problems. In all the activity, you apply your brain, apply your mental ability. So this is a mental activity. This means in our daily life, we have to do two types of activity. Some are physical activity and some are mental activity. So if anyone asks you, what is the general definition of work? Your answer will be, any physical or mental activity is called work. But you will never write this definition in your examination. In your examination, you have to write down the scientific definition of work. What is scientific definition of work? If a force is applied on an object and the object gets displaced from its position, this is called work. This means displacement takes place in an object by applying force is called work. This is the scientific definition of work. Suppose that any student, any person is pushing the wall and wall does not move. In the science, no work is done. If any person die by pushing or pulling wall or any other things, in term of science, zero work is done, no work is done by that person. So you have to write in your examination only scientific definition of work. Here you are seeing that here is an object, and on this object a force F is applied, and object travels a distance S. If you start from this point, you take this distance, that is called S. If you start from this, you take the last point, this will be S. So a force is exerted on the object, and object displaces by S, this is the work. So work equal to force into distance or displacement. In this question, in this topic, I am applying force on the object and the object is moving in the direction of force. So work equal to force into distance or displacement. So here we have another definition of work. Work is the product of force and distance or displacement. You can also add down the product of force and distance is called work. Now there is another term here. What are the factors on which work depends? This means more work is done or less work is done. This depends on two factors which is in the formula of work. W equal to F into S. First factor on which work depends, that is force applied on the object. If force increased, arrow mark always show increase. This implies that work also increases. If force is decreased, the work also decreases. This means work done by a force is directly proportional to the force applied on the object. And second factor is distance or displacement. Increased distance, this implies that increased work. If decreased distance, this implies that decreased work. This means if out of these two factors any one increases, work will increase. If both increases, in such condition work will increase. So these are the two factors on which work depends. Here in the same formula, W equal to F into S. There is another question. How can you measure work? Work is measured by the product of force and distance. or displacement. Today this is enough. Tomorrow I will explain